Welcome. So in this video, we're just going to be talking about my dividend investment journey, how my dividend portfolio has been doing since a full 6 months of starting this portfolio, and what I plan on doing in the future, and what I've done in the past, either purchasing or selling any stocks. So before we do that, I just do want to say I appreciate you guys for hitting that subscribe button. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, at least think about doing it. And if you don't do it, at least leave a like on the video. And if you got any questions, comments, critiquing on my dividend portfolio, feel free to do it. I do respond to all comments. All right. Just giving you a little bit of background on my portfolio. I started this portfolio September the 5th, 2023 of last year. I deposit $200 each and every month, $100 on the 8th and $100 on the 23rd of each and every month. So today of making this video, it is February the 8th. So today is when I do deposit another $100 and make a video about it. So now the current net worth of the portfolio is $1,196.34. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up, I do not do any editing in my videos, but let's just go ahead and move on from there. So if you're here for the nitty gritty, get down to the beef of the portfolio. Right now, I hold currently 16 different positions. Previously, it was 17. If you go back to one of my older videos, I did have 17 different positions, but I did sell out on one of them, which we will talk about later in this video. So currently, I have 16 different positions, or holdings, you can call it. 3 of those holdings are ETFs, and the rest are stocks. As you can see here, these are all the stocks and ETFs that I currently hold right now. The cash value, the average share price for each stock, how many shares of each stock that I currently hold right now. If this is something that you're here for, hopefully I'm getting straight to the point for you. Also, I want to talk about how much I've also earned dividends from this portfolio since starting. Like I said, it's only been a full 6 months, and I've earned a total of $5.29 in earned dividends. I know that's not a lot. We're just starting out here in this dividend portfolio. We're not depositing as much as I would want to be depositing, but we got to get our income growing, and the more we grow our income, the more I can invest, so on and so forth, right? So before you leave on this video, I do want to compare the portfolio to the S&P 500 for you guys. So in the last week, the dividend portfolio was up 0.32%, while the S&P 500, as I pull it up over here, for the last 5 days, S&P 500 was up 1.66%. In the last month, my dividend portfolio was up 2.72%, and in the last month for the S&P 500 is a total of 5.08%. And year to date for 2024, the portfolio is up 2.56%, and year to date for the S&P 500 is 5.38%. So we are slacking behind the S&P 500. I don't see that as a very bad issue right now. It is earnings season. I do not want to create that as an excuse, but sometimes companies do not report earnings that every investor hears or wants to hear. And for me, I see this as a perfect buying opportunity for some of the stocks that are now reporting great earnings that investors or analysts were projecting for these companies. Okay, but from starting this portfolio, which was on September the 5th, 2023, I'm currently in the green by 21.30%, and I have a total of $96.90 in unrealized market gains from starting this portfolio year to date, or start to now, right? If that's the few piece or the little bit that you wanted to hear, I hope you enjoyed that little piece. The video will still continue on. So hopefully you like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you got any critiques for me. All right. So talking about the stock that I did sell, it was JP Morgan Chase. It was in my finance category. I did go ahead and pull the trigger on selling that stock. I will pull up a picture here really quickly to show you pretty much the information before I sold it. So I earned a total of $3.23 in gains from selling the stock, which is not much at all, which is a taxable event. So probably going to pay $1 in taxes, probably a lot less than that, but $1 in taxes estimated, which is perfectly fine. I earned a total of 16 cents in earned dividends from this one holding. My average share price of the time before I sold it was $144.04, and I held a total of 0.1 fractional share of JP Morgan Chase. Reason I sold it, I just didn't want to be connected to any banks. I feel like having Vici as a very fluctuating stock to interest rates, I didn't want a second one in a separate piece of the portfolio. I feel like the real estate sector is really where I want to keep the interest rate section of investing down to a T yet. There are other holdings that do fluctuate around interest rate depending on how much debt that they have. But other than that, I felt like that was a most comfortable thing for me. Something I can sleep a lot better at night, not worrying about the stock being going down 20-30% because something happened, or the issues with banks closing down now. But I don't have no issues with JP Morgan Chase. If I was say to rate it as a good holding, I still think it is a decent holding. I just wanted to remove it from my portfolio just for my sake, and pretty much how I want to, pretty well, let's say my strategy of investing, right? Not really a strategy, just something that I took part in, and I'm not gonna regret it, right? Moving on from there, I'm yapping now. Actually, let's go back to the finance sector section of the slice of the portfolio. If you're curious on what brokerage I am using, this is M1 Finance. There will be a referral link in the description. You don't got to use it, but it will be greatly appreciated if you do use it. So, back to the finance section of my portfolio here. The S&P Global did not show out great earnings today for investors. They're currently down 5% on the day. Current share price for S&P Global is $436.63. My average share price right now for S&P Global is $400.55. Do I see this as a buying opportunity for S&P Global? Couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you. I didn't look at the PE ratio nor the free cash flow yield yet today. If it is a current buying opportunity, I will check it out later after this video. I do post daily shorts, if you didn't know that, where I talk about all the buys and sales that I have done, which we'll talk about here shortly. But just touching on S&P Global, this may be a buying opportunity for me. I don't really want a dollar cost average up. I'd rather dollar cost average down than up. But if I feel like this is a good intrinsic value for S&P Global, S&P Global, I was right. If I feel like this is a good buying opportunity, I do not mind buying in at this price. But one thing that I have learned from investing for a full 6 months, sometimes once it goes low, it can go lower. So I have to just be patient and see if there's a better buying opportunity tomorrow morning, and just do a little bit more research on what the future analysts are. What are the future revenues, EPSs, earnings per share, and pretty much free cash flow that S&P Global will produce in the future, right? And what analysts are also saying, projecting for those future times or next quarter earnings, right? So just touching on that holding there, did have another two holdings that did go down this earnings season. They're both industrial stocks right now. One of them is 3M, and the second one is Lockheed Martin. So 3M currently right now is at a $93.20 share price right now. My average share price for 3M is $97.52. So it is a decent buying opportunity. I have been buying into this one relatively, call it quickly. I should have been a little bit more patient. I bought it when it was at $95. I think about twice. Not we'll take a look at that here actually in my activity shortly. But yeah, so I'm gonna probably dollar cost average down on this one, try to get down to that 93 mark. I don't think the lowest I think it will get before it returns back to the $100 mark is probably around $88, $87. That would be worst of the worst. Right now, I think $93 is a steady spot right now for 3M. I do feel confident about this holding as long as they don't get into any more issues with lawsuits or any management stepping down for whatever reason. I think this will be a long-term holding for me. I don't see this being an issue or being anywhere near being a sale like I did sell JP Morgan Chase. So that's my feelings right now on 3M right now, or my analytic research look over, if you want to call it that, whatever you want to call it. Now for Lockheed Martin didn't do too bad for earnings this season. It didn't go down too bad this earnings season. I think it went down to 420, 415. I think at its lowest. Don't quote me on that. But yeah. So $427 is his current share price. My average share price is $435.73. I will check out the PE ratio and also the free cash flow yield. See what it's currently at right now. See if this is a decent intrinsic value for me to buy it. Also, See what analysts are pretty much projecting for the next quarter earnings. See how Lockheed Martin is going to hold up this new 2024 year. It is election year, which does I personally I do think it does fluctuate for those type of reasons as well. This one may be one of the holdings that are red until new president is in office. Sorry, and we'll see what they do for defense, military defense, so on and so forth. But I think Lockheed Martin is the top of their league. They're the highest, not the highest mode. Highest market share is the word I'm looking for, or has most of the market share, and so on and so forth. Personally, other than that, those are the only two stocks in the industrial section that didn't report decent earnings. So I'm still waiting on those other two to report earnings. I think they're both in April. But other than that, only other one that I wouldn't say I had issues with, but the only other one that's currently down right now, I'm not down on it, but one that is kind of at a halt is Apple. Their earnings weren't bad and their earnings weren't great. They're I wouldn't even say they were bare minimum. They were good. Not what investors expected. It did drop down a couple percent on the day of them dropping earnings. So other than that, still going to continue to hold Apple. No issues with Apple here. Reinvest. Hopefully, I think Apple will go down below my average share price, which is $181.76. So possibly get a better buying opportunity here soon from Apple, depending on what they do. And also with the Apple Vision Pro, it's $3,500. I don't got $3,500 laying around, so I don't think I will be buying one anytime soon, or even financing one anytime soon. But it would be cool to have one soon. I think the what do you call it? The product that Apple did release was a pretty decent product, and I can see next year and a half people are going to be walking around, as long as they do get cheaper. Probably I can say $1,500, like an extra $500, like an iPhone, right? If they get that cheap, I feel like those will be around everywhere. People will be wearing them every day, all the time, so on and so forth. So as long as they can get that price down, or somebody comes out with something similar that works with the Apple devices, I think the Vision Pro was a very great idea. Compared to all the other ones, the Meta Quest and all that other junk. That one, Apple did catch my eye with that one, and currently just reviewing other YouTubers on how they felt on it and just seeing their reactions to it. I liked it a lot, so on and so forth, right? So we move on. But other than that, we're just going to go ahead and check out all the buys that I have done recently. So let me get it quick here. We'll do trades, no dividends. Let's see, deposits, withdrawals, none of that. We don't do any of that here. All right. So here we go. All the orders. So last video was on the 23rd. So I have done a couple of buys. 23rd of January. So I've done a couple of buys. This buy order was on the 24th of January. I bought these 7 stocks, totaling at $85.02 in pretty much value that I bought. These are my buy orders here for each and every stock and ETF. Moving on from here, the most recent one was on February the 5th, which is when I sold JP Morgan Chase for that profit. As you can see here, share price I sold at was $173.67. Total value of $17.35. Okay. I don't think I'll be adding that one back to the portfolio unless they do something groundbreaking, which I highly doubt that's something that they would do. But these are also the other stocks and ETFs that I did buy into on that day. And those are pretty much all the buy orders that I did complete in between the, pretty much, what would you call this? In between the journey videos, I guess you can call it a journey series. Just making sure I didn't forget anything. I guess you can check out my funding history just to prove to you guys I haven't withdrawn a single dime, done nothing but investing. So 2023, I invested a total of $800. Reason it's only $800 because I started in September, and 2024 is just now starting. It should be $300 actually. So once that updates, will be cool beans there. But so soon to hit $1,200. So another $100 in unrealized market gains. We're pretty close. We're at $96 right now and 90 cents. So that would be pretty cool to see that I've earned a total of pretty much a half a month's investment in market gains. I think that would be pretty cool. And so Currently don't got any buy orders going out right now. There will be a short posted tomorrow morning, so be on the lookout for that. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said again, I do appreciate to each and every one of you guys that have subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, please at least think about it. I know I probably zoned out a little bit in parts of this video. I don't read the script. I might start making one, but other than that, I appreciate you guys. If you got any questions, comments, critiques, anything, put it in the comment section below. I'll reply to it as soon as I see it. And yeah, I'm not really great at ending off videos, so just making sure I didn't forget nothing. I know the portfolio is slacking down behind the S&P 500. I understand that if I was to invest starting out 2024 strictly into S&P 500, I would be up 5.38%. While my dividend portfolio is only up 2.3 or something like that. Just give it time. Right now, the S&P 500 is on a roll. I think if you go to the greed index, we're like 75, 76. So there's a lot of greed in the market. And sooner or later, hopefully we get into a red year, because I do want to get my buying opportunities in and pretty much out the way, so I can learn and pretty much build up my patience. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Build up my patience in investing. So yeah, other than that, I think that's really it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Just to give you guys a little bit of a look at the portfolio before I end the video. Not planning on adding any stocks to the portfolio just yet. I do have a watch list right now of some stocks, and maybe in the next video we'll talk about that watch list. But other than that, I'm going to end the video here now. Sorry about that for stretching it. So yeah, if you made it this far, leave a comment. Said Reggie, I made it to 2024, and I'll know that you made it to the end of the video. But yeah. Just making sure I didn't forget anything. I didn't. So, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'll see you in the shorts tomorrow. But the next video will be February the 23rd. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed. And see you on the 23rd of February or the 24th. Peace.